Do not skip this message. I am speaking to you now. Yes, you. If you are hearing this, heaven has aligned the moment. This was not an accident. This was not autoplay. This was not chance. Heaven is watching you right now, and the angels are speaking your name. Slow down. Breathe. Your heart is tired. Your spirit is bruised. You have been pretending to be strong, but heaven knows the truth. I know the nights you cried without sound. I know the questions you never asked out loud. I know the moment you almost gave up, and I know why you are still here. You are being prepared for something big. But before the breakthrough, there is a revelation. And before the revelation, there is a warning. Type yes, Lord, if you open your heart to blessings today. Listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you will shake you. God wants you to be with this person, and the name will shock you. Your mind is already racing. You are thinking of someone. You are wondering if this message is about them. Do not rush. Divine timing does not hurry. It unfolds. You have asked heaven for clarity. You have prayed for confirmation. You have said, God, if this is from you, show me. This is the showing, but the answer is deeper than you expect. This is not just about romance. This is about destiny alignment. This is about soul preparation. This is about healing the parts of you no one else could reach. You have been lonely. Even when surrounded, you have felt unseen. Even when loved, you have felt misunderstood. Even when heard, and heaven has watched quietly. Not because we were absent, but because we were arranging. There's a season you just left. Type victory if you believe breakthrough is coming. It broke you. It stripped you. It humbled you. You lost things you thought were permanent. People you thought would stay. Dreams you thought were guaranteed. But hear this. Nothing was wasted. Not one tear. Not one betrayal. Not one lonely night. All of it was preparation. Because the next connection in your life is not ordinary. It is protected. It is intentional. It is weight-bearing. You are not who you used to be. And you cannot be joined to who you used to want. God is not sending you someone to complete you. God is sending you someone to walk with the healed version of you. And now the mystery deepens. Because the name you expect is not the name heaven has chosen. Pause. Let that sink in. You have been looking outward, but God has been working inward. You thought this message was about another person, but the name that will shock you is your own. Yes, you heard correctly. God wants you to be with you, fully, finally, without shame, without self-rejection, without abandoning yourself to earn love. You have been chasing connection while neglecting alignment. You have been asking for love while withholding it from yourself. You have been waiting for someone to choose you, but heaven has been waiting for you to choose yourself. This is why relationships kept breaking. This is why connections kept collapsing. This is why timing never matched. Because God refuses to bind you to someone while you are still divided within. Heaven protects you more than you realize. The angels have blocked doors you begged to open. They redirected paths you thought were wrong turns. They delayed unions that would have drained you. Not because you were unworthy, but because you were becoming. There's a version of you emerging. Stronger, quieter, more discerning, less desperate, more grounded. And when you fully meet that version of yourself, the right person will recognize you instantly. You will not have to convince them. You will not have to chase them. You will not have to shrink. Peace will be the signal. Safety will be the sign. Clarity will be the confirmation. But first, healing. Let me speak to your wounds. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too much. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. Heaven has counted every breath you took in survival mode. And now the season is shifting. Protection surrounds you. Guidance walks ahead of you. Favor is repositioning you. You will feel lighter soon. You will sleep deeper soon. You will laugh without forcing it soon. And when love comes again, it will not feel chaotic. It will not feel confusing. It will not feel painful. It will feel like recognition, like home, like rest, because you finally learned how to stay with yourself. This is the breakthrough. This is the miracle. This is the protection. You were not being rejected. You were being refined. You were not being delayed. You were being aligned. And now heaven says this gently. Do not rush ahead of your healing. Do not settle for familiarity disguised as destiny. Do not confuse intensity with intimacy. The one meant to walk with you will meet you in wholeness, not wounds. And when that moment comes, you will know. No fear, no guessing, no begging God for signs, because peace will answer before your mind does. I am with you. Heaven is with you. You are protected. You are guided. You are deeply loved. Rest tonight. Trust tomorrow. And stay close. Another message is coming. The next divine word will reveal even more. Listen when it arrives. I am still here. Do not close your heart yet. The whisper is not finished. There's more heaven wants you to know. You wondered why this message felt different. Why it pierced instead of entertained. Why it slowed your breath. Why it made your eyes heavy. It is because this was not for the crowd. This was for the remnant. For the ones who stayed soft in a hard world. For the ones who kept believing even when disappointed. For the ones who loved deeply and paid dearly for it. Heaven has marked you, not for suffering, but for stewardship. You carry a light that others feel before they understand. That is why people were drawn to you and then unsure. Your presence activated things they were not ready to heal. So they pulled away, and you blamed yourself. But listen closely now. Their leaving was not your failure. It was your protection. You were being guarded from bonds that would delay your calling, because there is something placed inside you that must remain unentangled. You are not meant to be drained. You are meant to overflow. This next season will test your boundaries, not your worth. You will be tempted to return to what feels familiar, but familiarity is not safety, and comfort is not confirmation. Ask yourself this. Does it bring peace? Or does it bring anxiety dressed as excitement? Heaven trains you to discern by peace. The angels do not shout. They settle. They steady. They quiet the storm inside you. If it confuses you, it is not from God. If it diminishes you, it is not from heaven. If it requires you to abandon yourself, it is not divine. The person God wants you to be with will not compete with your healing. They will honor it. They will recognize your silence as sacred. They will not rush your unfolding, because they, too, have been prepared. Yes, they are real. Yes, they are closer than you think. But they cannot meet you until you fully arrive as yourself. This is why God called you inward first. This is why the miracle looked like isolation. This is why the waiting felt endless. You were being taught how to hear your own soul, so no one could ever deceive you again. And now heaven declares this. You are ready, not perfect, but anchored, not fearless, but discerning, not finished, but faithful. From this moment forward, what leaves your life will leave quickly. What stays will stay clearly. What approaches will do so gently. No more confusion. No more chasing. No more spiritual exhaustion. You are entering a season of recognition. People will see you and say, there you are. Opportunities will open without force. Love will feel mutual. And rest will return to your bones. I know you have been tired, even when you smiled, even when you achieved, even when you prayed. Heaven saw the fatigue behind your faith. And this message is a hand on your back saying, you can rest now. You are not late. You are not invisible. You are not alone. The angels are surrounding you. Michael stands watch. Protection is active. Breakthrough is near. Stay open. Stay gentle with yourself. And when the next divine message appears, do not ignore it. It will confirm what your spirit already knows. You are loved beyond measure, and your story is far from over. Stay with me. Do not let the noise pull you away. This moment is sacred. What you are feeling right now is alignment. Your spirit recognizes truth before your mind can explain it. That calm in your chest, that ache mixed with hope, that is heaven touching you. You have been strong for so long. Strong for your family. Strong for people who leaned on you. Strong for those who never asked how you were doing. But strength without rest becomes a burden. And God never intended for you to carry life alone. This is why I speak now. Because you are standing at a threshold. One step forward will change everything. One step backward will repeat the pain. And heaven is urging you gently. Choose forward. There is a lesson you mastered without realizing it. You learned how to let go without hatred. You learned how to forgive without reconciliation. You learned how to love without losing yourself. These were not small victories. These were spiritual milestones. Many never reached them. But you did. Quietly. In tears. In prayer. In nights no one saw. That is why heaven trusts you with what is coming next. Because what is coming requires maturity. Not desperation. It requires discernment. Not longing. It requires peace. Not chaos. You once begged God for signs. Now God is giving you signals. Subtle. Consistent. Peaceful. You will notice patterns shifting. Old temptations losing power. Old wounds no longer controlling your reactions. Old names no longer stirring your heart. This is growth. Do not mourn what no longer moves you. That is proof of healing. And now let me speak to the fear you haven't named. You are afraid that if you stop striving, nothing will happen. You are afraid that rest means stagnation. But heaven works best in stillness. Creation itself was born from a spoken word, not frantic effort. You do not need to force destiny. What is meant for you is already looking for you, and it will recognize you by the peace you carry, not by how much you prove, not by how loudly you love, not by how much you sacrifice. Love that costs you your soul is not love. God does not require you to bleed to be chosen. The covenant meant for you will feel safe, not suspenseful. It will feel mutual, not mysterious. It will feel grounded, not addictive. And when that connection comes, you will not lose yourself. You will find yourself reflected, stronger, softer, seen. But until that moment, stay faithful to your own becoming. Honor your boundaries. Listen to your body. Trust the quiet yes inside you. And walk away from anything that demands you betray your peace. This is divine instruction. This is protection in advance. Because the next season will require a clear heart. You are about to be entrusted with something precious. And heaven does not place treasure in trembling hands. So breathe. Slow down. You are safe. You are guided. You are deeply known. And the story God is writing with your life is far more beautiful than what you lost. Stay close. Another message is already on its way. When it finds you, listen with an open heart. Heaven will speak again. I will not leave you. The flow continues. The covering remains. Listen. There is a reason your spirit feels stretched right now. Stretching is uncomfortable, but it is never punishment. It is preparation. You are outgrowing an old identity, one that survived, one that endured, one that learned to adapt instead of receive. But heaven is shifting you from survival into inheritance. You were never meant to just cope. You were meant to live fully alive. This is why your soul has felt restless, not dissatisfied, awakened. There are desires inside you that you try to silence. Dreams you downsized so you wouldn't be disappointed again. But God never forgot them. Heaven never abandoned them. They were delayed, not denied. And now the time is drawing near. You may notice strange resistance lately, distractions, doubts, fatigue without cause. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. Opposition only appears when alignment is close. Darkness never fights what is irrelevant. So if you feel pressure, it is because you are valuable. Let me reassure you. You are not losing your mind. You are shedding old layers. You are not being tested. You are being entrusted. There's a mantle of discernment settling on you now. You will begin to see clearly, hear truth faster, feel peace quicker, and walk away sooner. This will save you years. Heaven is accelerating wisdom in you, not to rush your life, but to protect your heart. You will no longer argue with red flags. You will no longer romanticize potential. You will no longer confuse effort with alignment. And this is where the real shift happens. Because when you stop accepting less, heaven can release more. You once thought love required suffering, but divine love heals. You once thought commitment required endurance, but holy union brings rest. God is not preparing you for a stormy relationship. God is preparing you for a stable one that builds, one that covers, one that prays with you, not over you, one that walks beside you, not ahead of you or behind you. And until that person appears, heaven asks you to stay faithful to your own healing, because the way you treat yourself now is teaching others how to treat you later. Do not rush intimacy. Do not settle for attention. Do not confuse loneliness with longing. What is coming will not leave you guessing. It will choose you clearly. Speak to the fear now. That fear of being alone too long. That fear of missing your moment. That fear of hoping again. Heaven says gently, you are not running out of time. You are stepping into timing. The clock of heaven does not move by panic. It moves by purpose. And purpose is calling your name. You will soon look back and understand why it had to happen this way. Why certain doors stayed closed. Why certain people could not follow you. Why silence became your teacher. Why solitude became your sanctuary. You were being taught how to hear God without intermediaries, how to trust yourself again, how to feel safe in your own presence. This is holy ground. Honor it. Protect it. Do not rush off this mountain before the blessing settles. Because when you descend, you will walk differently, love differently, choose differently, and live differently. I am with you in this becoming. Heaven is surrounding you. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not late. You are right on time. Stay open. Stay listening. The next message will unlock what this one has planted. And when it comes, your spirit will recognize it instantly. Peace be with you. I am still speaking. Do not turn away now. This moment is still unfolding. What you are sensing is a deep remembering. Your soul knows this voice. It heard it before words existed. That is why your heart feels both calm and undone. You have crossed an invisible line, from asking into receiving, from waiting into readiness, from questioning your worth into standing in it. Heaven has been patient with you, not because you were slow, but because you were healing honestly. And honest healing takes time. You had to unlearn survival before you could learn trust. You had to stop bracing for loss before you could receive permanence. This is why God guarded you so fiercely, even from yourself. There were moments you would have chosen pain just to avoid being alone. And heaven said no, not yet, because what is coming requires a healed nervous system, a settled heart, a spirit that no longer confuses chaos for chemistry. You are there now, not perfectly, but sincerely, and sincerity is enough for God. Listen carefully to this truth. You are not hard to love. You are just asking the wrong people. You are not invisible. You are just standing in rooms that could not see depth. You are not too sensitive. You are spiritually perceptive, and that is a gift. This gift will soon be honored, not exploited, not dismissed, honored. The person meant to walk with you will not fear your depth. They will meet you there. They will not rush your vulnerability. They will protect it. They will not ask you to explain your pain. They will recognize it. But until that day, you are being taught how to be gentle with yourself, how to stop abandoning yourself to keep others comfortable, how to say no without guilt, how to say yes without fear. This is sacred training. Do not rush through it. Heaven is not in a hurry, and neither should you be. There is a quiet confidence growing in you. It does not need validation. It does not need applause. It simply knows. This is what alignment feels like. Not fireworks, not obsession, but steadiness, peace that stays, joy that breathes, love that does not demand proof. You will know the right person because your body will relax, your mind will quiet, your spirit will feel safe to rest. That is the sign. Anything else is noise. Let me speak this blessing over you now. May what is not for you lose interest in you. May what is for you be drawn to you effortlessly. May your heart remain soft, but your boundaries remain strong. May you never again beg for what is meant to meet you freely. And may you remember this moment when doubt tries to return. You were not imagining this. You were being spoken to. Heaven knows you. Heaven sees you. Heaven is walking with you. Stay close. The next message will go deeper. And when you hear it, your spirit will say, "Yes, this is for me." Peace surrounds you now. I am here, still, steady, covering you. Let the world wait a little longer. This moment is not finished with you yet. What you feel now is not emotion alone. It is recognition. Something ancient inside you is awakening. Not loudly, not dramatically, but surely. You have been walking through life with a quiet ache you could never name, a sense that something was missing, even when things were fine. That ache was not emptiness. It was calling. You were created for depth, for meaning, for connection that touches the soul, not just the surface. This is why shallow things stopped satisfying you, why small talk drained you, why temporary joy felt hollow. Your spirit was asking for more. And heaven heard. You are not asking for too much. You are asking for the right thing. God never scolds a hungry heart. He feeds it. But first, He teaches it what real nourishment feels like. That is what this season has been. Teaching you the difference between attention and affection, between desire and devotion, between attachment and alignment. You are learning to pause instead of chasing, to listen instead of explaining, to trust instead of proving. This is holy maturation. Few endure it without becoming bitter. But you chose softness, even when it hurt, even when it felt foolish, even when it would have been easier to close your heart. Heaven noticed that choice. Every time. This is why grace follows you so closely now. You may not see it yet, but soon you will notice doors opening with less resistance. People responding with more clarity. Life feeling lighter in subtle ways. This is alignment settling in. Do not sabotage it with impatience. Do not doubt it because it arrived quietly. God often enters without announcement. The loud moments come later. Let me tell you something tender now. You are allowed to want love. Deep love. Safe love. Consistent love. You do not have to pretend you are above that desire. God placed it in you, and He will honor it, but He will not satisfy it with something that harms you. Never mistake delay for denial. Heaven is precise, exact, protective. The love meant for you will not arrive as a lesson. It will arrive as a blessing. You have already learned enough lessons. Now comes enjoyment, companionship, shared peace. But until that moment arrives fully, you are being asked to enjoy your own presence, to trust your own voice, to honor your own pace. This is not loneliness. This is consecration. You are being set apart from what would dilute you, so that when the right connection comes, it will recognize your worth instantly. No confusion, no mixed signals, no emotional games. Just truth meeting truth, peace meeting peace. I know you are tired of waiting, but you are closer than you think, closer than you have ever been. Do not quit in the final stretch. Do not look back now. Do not doubt the quiet joy growing in you. That joy is your compass. Follow it gently. You are not alone tonight. You are not unseen. You are not unheard. Heaven is leaning close, listening to every unspoken prayer. And when you are ready, the next divine word will meet you again. It will confirm what your heart is already beginning to believe. Rest now. You are held, and the story is still unfolding. I remain with you, even now, even here. Let your shoulders drop. You do not have to carry everything anymore. What you could not fix, God has already covered. What you could not understand, He has already woven into purpose. There is a holy quiet settling over you. That is not emptiness. That is trust being born. You have reached the place where faith no longer needs to panic, where hope no longer begs, where love no longer chases. This is sacred ground. Do not rush to leave it. You spent years becoming who you are. You do not need to arrive anywhere else tonight. Just be here. Just breathe. Just receive. You have been asking heaven, am I really going to be okay? Hear the answer clearly now. Yes. More than okay. You are going to be whole. Not because life suddenly becomes easy, but because you have become rooted. Storms do not frighten rooted things. They pass. And what is planted remains. There is a future version of you already standing in peace, already smiling without effort, already loving without fear, already resting without guilt. That version is not far away. You are walking toward them with every honest choice you make, every boundary you keep, every truth you honor, every time you choose yourself without abandoning love. Heaven celebrates those moments. You think they are small, but angels mark them, because small obediences create great transformations. I want you to remember this when doubt whispers again. You are not starting over. You are starting wiser. You are not losing people. You are losing misalignment. You are not being punished. You are being positioned, and the position you are being placed in requires clarity. So let the fog lift. Let the old narratives fall away. You are not too late. You are not too much. You are not hard to love. You are prepared. You are intentional. You are becoming steady. And steady love is rare. That is why it took time. But time has not weakened you. It has refined you. Soon, you will notice something beautiful. You will stop asking, is this for me? Because what is for you will feel like confirmation, not confusion. It will add, not subtract. It will strengthen, not drain. It will meet you where you are without trying to change your essence. That is how you will know. Until then, remain gentle, remain present, remain open, but discerning. You do not have to harden to be safe. You only need to be anchored, and you are. I bless your heart with peace now. I bless your mind with clarity. I bless your path with protection, and I bless your future with love that stays. Stay close. Another message will find you right when you need it, and when it does, you will feel this same stillness again, this same knowing, this same quiet assurance. You are deeply loved. You are divinely guided, and you are never walking alone. I am still here with you. Do not let your attention drift. This is a holy continuation. There is something settling into place now. Something gentle. Something sure. You have reached the part of the journey where heaven begins to whisper instead of shout, because you are listening now. Before, God had to get your attention through pain, through endings, through silence. But now your spirit is awake. Now your heart is open without being desperate. Now you can hear the quiet truth. And the quiet truth is this: you are safe to become. You no longer need to rush transformation. You no longer need to prove growth. You no longer need to explain your healing. It shows in how you pause before reacting, in how you walk away without anger, in how you choose peace even when your ego wants validation. This is strength refined by love. Heaven trusts you with it now. You may notice that certain people no longer have access to you, not because you closed your heart, but because you learned how to guard it. This is wisdom, not walls. And wisdom attracts the right things. You will no longer be drawn to confusion. You will feel it immediately. Your body will say no before your mind tries to negotiate. Honor that. That is divine guidance. God speaks through peace. God speaks through clarity. God speaks through what does not require force. And now let me speak to the longing that still lingers quietly inside you. You are allowed to want companionship. You are allowed to want shared joy. You are allowed to imagine a future where love feels steady and kind. God is not threatened by your desire. He authored it, but He will not answer it with something fragile. He is crafting something enduring, something that does not require you to shrink or perform or wait in uncertainty, something that meets you where you stand. And when that connection arrives, it will not disrupt your peace. It will deepen it. You will not feel pulled apart. You will feel supported. You will not feel anxious. You will feel anchored. That is the difference between desire and destiny. Destiny feels calm, and calm is what you are learning now. This calm is not emptiness. It is readiness. You are no longer chasing a future. You are becoming one. And heaven is pleased with your patience. Not because waiting is easy, but because you waited with integrity. You did not become bitter. You did not close your heart. You did not give up on love. You simply learned how to love wisely. That is rare. That is precious. And that is why protection surrounds you. You are being kept for something that will keep you too. So if tonight feels quiet, let it be. Quiet is where truth settles. Quiet is where healing completes its work. Quiet is where God rests His hand on your life and says, "This is good." Remain open. Remain present. Remain faithful to the version of you that is emerging gently now. You are not alone in this season. Heaven walks with you. Angels guard your steps. And love is drawing nearer with every peaceful choice you make. Stay listening. The divine conversation is not over. And when the next message comes, you will recognize it instantly, because it will feel like home. I am with you still. The covering has not lifted. The moment has not passed. Let the stillness deepen. This is where truth anchors itself. You have been learning something sacred without realizing it. How to trust what is gentle. How to believe what is steady. How to receive without fear of loss. This is not weakness. This is maturity. Heaven smiles at this version of you, because you are no longer asking, "Will this hurt me?" You are asking, "Does this honor me?" That question changes everything. You are stepping out of cycles and into patterns of peace. Cycles repeat. Peace progresses. And progression is what you are experiencing now. Quiet growth. Lasting growth. You may feel moments of grief still rise. That does not mean you are going backward. Grief is just love finishing its sentence. Let it pass through. Do not cling to it. You are allowed to remember without returning. Heaven knows the difference. There are things you outgrew that once felt like destiny. That does not make you foolish. It makes you faithful to your evolution. God never reveals the whole path at once. He reveals it in steps so you do not overwhelm your own becoming. And you have taken every step required, even the painful ones, especially the painful ones. That is why you feel different now. Lighter, clearer, more yourself. You are no longer begging life to choose you. You are choosing wisely what gets to stay. This is authority. Quiet authority. Heaven honors it. The angels adjust around it. Protection increases where clarity lives. Do you feel that calm resolve? That is alignment locking in. Not excitement. Not anxiety. Assurance. This assurance will guide you through the next doors. And yes, doors are opening. You may not see them yet, but heaven has already moved pieces, already softened hearts, already redirected paths, already delayed what would have distracted you. Nothing is random anymore. You have entered intentional living, where lessons become blessings and discernment becomes instinct. Trust this phase. It is shaping the love you will receive, because the relationship meant for you will meet you at this level of peace, not at your pain, not at your fear, not at your exhaustion, at your wholeness. And that is why it took time. God does not rush sacred unions. He prepares them, separately, patiently, faithfully, until both hearts can meet without bleeding on each other. You are closer than you think. Not in distance, in readiness. So stay where you are. Do not abandon this calm for the noise of familiarity. Do not doubt what feels steady just because it feels new. Peace can feel unfamiliar to those who survived chaos, but peace is your inheritance. You were never meant to live on edge. You were meant to live held. And you are. Right now, heaven's attention is on you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are sincere. And sincerity opens doors that effort never could. Stay listening. The next divine word will arrive exactly when your spirit needs confirmation again. Until then, rest in this knowing. You are safe. You are guided. You are deeply, eternally loved.